Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Tim Box, Mind Coach, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about anger, how we better understand it, and how we get a greater degree of control over it so we're less prone to getting angry in the future. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to break down three ideas, three basic thoughts and frameworks on anger that will help us reduce anger, get control of it, and hopefully discourage our mind from going there too quickly in situations in the future. The first one I refer to as the Kamikaze Pilot. Now, let's get back to basics here. Anger is a part of our mind trying to inspire us to take action to right the wrong that has been done to us. This is why we struggle to be at peace when we're angry about something, because our mind is trying to inspire us into action. It's why we feel tense. It's why our heart's beating faster. We're basically getting ready to go into battle. But talking of going into battle, I very much refer to anger as the kamikaze pilot of our emotional strategies. Kamikaze pilots back in the day, they would fly into ships in an attempt to sink the ships. Now, sometimes they would succeed, sometimes they would fail, but amidst all of this uncertainty, the one thing that was absolutely certain is that that pilot was going to die. This was essentially a suicide mission. When we employ anger as a strategy, sometimes we might change the thing we're trying to change, or sometimes we won't, but the one thing that is guaranteed is that we will damage ourselves in some way emotionally. So it will probably ruin our day, maybe our week, maybe we'll fail to get on with the other things that we need to be getting on with because our mind is fixating on this wrong that needs to be put right. It will dominate us for whatever period of time we are angry, and this essentially will just damage us. And very often, going into battle isn't the best way of solving our problems. Most of the time, our problems are better sorted with a calm mind and a clear head. Going into battle just creates greater conflict. So bearing in mind the high probability of personal damage and the uncertainty of any success, perhaps we might want to encourage our mind to go to a slightly different emotional strategy than jumping straight into anger. The second thing I want to talk about is what I refer to as the poison of hate. So somebody once said to me, bearing a grudge, it's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to get sick. Because once again, we know that if we get angry about something, the reason we're getting so angry about it is very often because we can't easily change it. We might even be angry about something that's way in the past that we've just been holding on to, not letting go of, and it's just been gradually eating away at us and polluting our emotional responses. It's so common that we get angry very quickly because we're holding on to something from the past that we never really got resolution or satisfaction about. As a result, we're always kind of on the tipping point of getting really angry because there's a bit of us that just hasn't been heard. But of course, when we're angry about something that can't be changed, the only real solution to this is to let go of that anger. And that can be difficult because we were angry for a reason and we don't agree that we should have been treated in that certain way. But think of it this way. We don't let go of the anger because the person we're angry at deserves forgiveness. We let go of the anger because we deserve peace. And that's the only thing that should be important. The final thought on this whistle-stop tour of anger I refer to as a simple question: why are you in this room? It's worth breaking down the origins of why we feel angry, or should I say, why we go to anger as an effective emotional strategy. Maybe it's because we witnessed someone in the past using anger to get something changed that they needed changed. Maybe we witnessed our parents shouting at us and we recognized the change in our own responses as a result of that, and our mind made a little note: that's a good strategy, that gets things done. But more often than not, the reason why we employed anger for the first time was probably because we didn't have any agency in the particular situation we were in. The first time we got angry, we were a child and we didn't have autonomy over our decisions and over our movements. So to get something changed about where we were going or what we were doing, we had to get the attention of the person who decided that, which was very often our parents or our teacher or the person looking after us at that time. If you think back to any childhood memory, good, bad, random, think about the room you were in at the time. You were probably in that room either because you were told to be there or because you were allowed to be there. You didn't simply have the option of choosing to be somewhere else doing something else. So if I didn't want to go to school one day, I couldn't simply say to my mum, you know what, mum, I'm not going in tomorrow, because she'd say, yes, you are. If I wanted to not go into school, I probably had to have some sort of emotional response that got her attention enough to get her to change her mind about me going into school tomorrow. And anger's one of those emotions that we go to in an effort to be heard and get noticed and get our opinion considered. Why are you in this room at the moment? The room you're sitting in watching this video, why are you there? You're probably there because you chose to be there. Because you know what, as an adult, you get to decide that now. You get to choose where you go and what you do. And if you don't like where you are and what you're doing, you have freedom to simply go somewhere else and do something else. You don't need to have an angry reaction to change somebody's mind. Even that job that you don't want to go into tomorrow morning, you actually can choose just to not go in. You don't have to ask anyone's permission. Yeah, there might be repercussions about not going into work in the morning, but those are repercussions that you would deal with as an adult, with autonomy, with agency about your situation. Anger in anything that you're not happy with is very probably just an overspill from a strategy as a child when anger was your only option. It's probably just become a habit now that you utilize because back in the day you had to. So the next time you find yourself getting angry in any given situation, ask yourself that question. Do I need to get angry in this situation? Do I need to change anyone's opinion? Do I need to get anyone's approval? Do I need to get permission to do something? Because you probably don't, which means you probably don't have to get heard in the same way you had to when you were younger, when you first adopted anger as a strategy. Okay guys, I hope those thoughts helped you deal with anger and help calm any anger that you might experience in your life. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of these mind coaching tips and advice. I upload videos a couple of times every week. Always remember to be kind to your mind. I'm Tim Box, Mind Coach. I'll see you next time.